Hey, what's up, and welcome back to Interpreting the Stars, where today I'm going to be taking a look at a brand new film coming out to digital on August 27th from Dark Star Pictures. It's When I'm a Moth. When I'm a Moth focuses on the life of Hillary Clinton before she was a Clinton or really ever stepped foot into the world of politics. In fact, it takes place in the one summer that she spent in Alaska, gutting fish. While there, she meets and befriends a couple of Japanese fishermen, to which she divulges her future plans of being a politician and what she's willing to change about her own life to make that happen. So this is such an interesting film, right? I think it was shot something like 5 years ago in 2016. It premiered for the first time in San Francisco's Film Festival in 2019, and now it's being released to everybody else on digital. So I'm pretty sure the real year should be 2019, but because most people are going to run into it now in 2021, that's what I used in my title, just in case that's confusing to anybody. Also, the way this film was marketed was extremely smart. The way it got me intrigued to watch it, and I'm pretty sure everybody else, is by calling it not a biopic, but rather an unbiopic, which I'm pretty sure is just a fancy schmancy way of saying historical fiction, but I digress, because it worked. You know, it's also the first dramatized version of Hillary that we've ever seen. I mean, there have been characters in the past based on her, but this is the first one claiming to actually be her, which is interesting. I think the next version of Hillary Clinton that we'll see is going to be in the upcoming third season of American Crime Story, but that's another talk show. So this unbiopic, or historical fiction version of Hillary Clinton, is loosely based on a short chapter in Clinton's own real life when she really did spend a summer in Alaska gutting fish. But that's where the nonfiction mostly ends. Everything else here is dramatized fiction, and I'd actually argue that it's just a string of unfiltered thought. There's a ton of dialogue in this film, from beginning to end. Sometimes I feel like I can follow what she's talking about, but most other times, I don't know. Again, it's like a string of unfiltered thought processes. Makes sense. You know, it really is about a young woman deciding what the future means to her and what it'll take to be a politician and what she's willing to do and how far she's willing to go to make that a reality. All of which is a lot harder for her because she is a woman. So she has to be a bit colder than most politicians because she has to prove she's every bit as capable as a man. But the problem with this movie is that it doesn't really show you anything. It's all talk, as if it's a never-ending conversation between two people that walk through the woods from beginning to end. And sure, the cinematography stands out because it's a gorgeous filming location. Without a doubt, absolutely. But I have to ask myself, while watching this movie, what's the point, you know? It's so obscure and random. There is no real narrative. It's just two people talking the whole time. And nobody has any kind of end goal, not even Clinton. I mean, no, she has an eventual goal to get into politics, but the movie isn't about that. It isn't about showing how she gets there. It's just about her talking about why she wants to. And where the concept of the film initially grabbed my attention, I did lose that attention about halfway through when I noticed that the film wasn't really going anywhere. And from there on out, I was disengaged with the storytelling, and I found myself just not caring overall. I mean, Addison Timlin did a pretty great job as a young Hillary. The young fishermen in the film, likewise, they had some good performances, and the chemistry was pretty solid overall. But when your film doesn't have much point other than some kind of hard-to-understand allegory or something, it just doesn't work so much for me. Let's go ahead and break down my final score. From an unbiased perspective, you know, I can't dock it for the performances, which were indeed good. The cinematography was also impressive at times, but because there was no narrative point in the film, I also didn't really understand the point in watching it. Maybe I missed something vital, I don't know, but my unbiased score is 58%. My bias score is a little bit higher because I do like the idea of an unbiopic, and Addison clearly did a great job, but I did get bored really fast when I realized that the film wasn't going anywhere. So this score is 62%, and when we combine the two scores together, we come to the final rating of 60%, 60 out of 100 possible stars, or a C letter grade. Guys, have you seen When I'm a Moth? If so, leave me your thoughts in the comment section down below, and as for YouTube, you guys know what to do. Hit that like, subscribe button, and bell to be notified when I come out with my next review, and until then, peace out!
Dave examines movies we just watch for fun. Davey is the expert, he is the #1 critic that I go to when I need